Your kids need to have grit, and not just a physical grit to be able to do manual things, but also a mental grit. A few years ago, my niece visited during a homeschool morning. She was about 5 at the time, and she sat down at the schoolroom table and colored a picture of a unicorn for 30 minutes straight. She did little part of the rainbow with a different color, tongue out, furrowed brow, peeling down the crayon wrappers when the tips got dull. And when she finished, I gaped at the finished product. It was so well done. I was flabbergasted. I had a slightly younger daughter who, when I plopped her down to color, did so for 30 seconds and then moaned and whined and collapsed on the table like her upper extremities had reached the uttermost peaks of fatigue. It was quite a display and honestly pretty convincing. But as I watched my little niece working so very hard on her picture, I thought of the hours she'd practiced at her work of coloring, and the thought struck me. Maybe I'm not pushing my own daughter enough. Maybe she needs to develop her work ethic. Fast forward 2 years, it's taken a lot of work. See also whining, crying, parental torture. Yes, it has been painful on everyone. But now my own daughter has the gift of concentrating on something. Oh, she will still complain every now and then, especially when she's hungry and tired. But I'm helping her learn how to focus. I feel like that was a braggy sentence to say, but I will say it again. I should be proud of this. It's a bit like the Facebook post where someone stands in their 4 sizes too large jeans and holds out the waist. And you know, there's been a lot of salmon and kale salad consumed for lunch and a lot of working out at the gym, and we feel happy for that person. That's what this is like. Only we're not celebrating a health victory, but a mental one. And that is worth something. It's taken a lot of work on my part and my daughter's part. And now I see her sitting on her knees on the table, nose scrunched up, chubby little fingers holding the colored pencil. I know that what I'm seeing is the product of our joint hard work. I want to add here that this is a topic of conversation that we should apply to the iPad or the screen. And I think we're not willing to admit that there is a benefit in screen time because it gives us as parents a break, but we tend to abuse it. We tend to overdo it. We tend to be very passive and just pacify our kids with the things that will make them quiet right now so that we can have peace, when really we need to work hard to train them to be able to do regular things with a little bit of stamina. So in this example, she's talking about her child who didn't want to color. But it's like, okay, well, maybe do you not want to color this page? Do you want to color something else? Because there's certain things, even as a homeschool parent, sometimes they're not feeling it. But just because you don't like math, or just because you don't like writing, just because you don't like science, does not mean that we're not going to do it. We might change up the way that we do it. We might change up the thing that we study. We might change up the approach, but you still have to learn how to do this thing. And I think our kids don't learn anything by us constantly coddling them and making adjustments for them. They learn more by having to stick through certain things within reason, obviously. This is coming from Let Them Be Kids by Jessica Smartt.